Ace time! Yes, 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 yes! TemTem is a RPG turn-based game. Like Pokemon, but even better. Yes, I said it, it is better than Pokemon, because it just is. It's such a good game, it does everything right that Pokemon couldn't get right in the past couple years. Well, I won't even say couple years, the past, let's say, almost generations. And it is just so well done. This game is so well done. You guys, TemTem is so well done. You guys, it's just so well done. Here's what I mean by that. It is a multiplayer game on top of a turn-based RPG game like Pokemon, and it does everything so right. It does everything so right. It takes the concept of the good parts of Pokemon that Pokemon never touches again, like for example, how your Pokemon follow you. In TemTem, your Tems follow you. It's just a natural default thing. And honestly, I wish that was in Pokemon. I wish the default thing was in Pokemon. I wish your Pokemon could follow you in Pokemon. But they only did it twice, and that was in like Soul Silver and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. TemTem does it right off the bat, and it does so well. TemTem also have a multiplayer story mode. They have a multiplayer adventure story mode for you guys to play together as a team. As a team! The base game is not 1v1. The base game is not 1v1. It's 2v2, sometimes 2v1, and if you're really and if you're really unlucky, it's 1v1. This is how much TemTem is different from Pokemon. And not just that, when you trade, in your trading items and stuff, you could actually trade items. You don't even need to trade items, you could give items. If your teammate needs a revival and you have it in your inventory and you want to give it to him, you could click the trade button and you could just give him it. You could just like, hey, here you go. This is the item you need, and it's great. It let you do pretty much what you should be able to do. It gives you the freedom to do pretty much anything you want to do. You want just to give a TemTem away without actually trading? Go for it. It'll let you do it. If you want to go on an adventure with your best pal and you want to do a team thing and you want to go from point A to point B of the story mode, it let you do it. Have fun with that. They give you so many options to do in such a RPG adventure-like game, and it's online, so you play with all these other players too, and you see them actually walk around and actually catch TemTems, and it's just great. It's a great concept, and Pokemon doesn't even do that. When you start, you're your only trainer. You're the only one that go from point A to point B. You don't have a partner next to you 24/7. Team battles only happen so often in Pokemon, like it's very rare. But in TemTem, it's right off the back. It's just a default. Like 2v2 is just the norm. And you would think this would take longer because Pokemon battles take longer. It actually doesn't. The battles are so short sometimes, it doesn't feel like it takes a big chunk of your time. To be fair, if you actually play multiplayer, it does feel like it takes longer like normal Pokemon, but if you're just playing alone, you could sit through it and get to the next town. Less than 30 minutes, let's say. You could get to the next town less than 30 minutes, which doesn't sound like a big deal, you know. It sounds short, but I promise you this game is not short. It is long, it is good, and on top of all of that, will you guys believe me if I say this game isn't even done yet? It is an early access game. It is an early access game, and the version is 0.511. That's half a game, and this game feels complete. It feels complete. It feels like it's a complete game, and the funny thing is, there's some areas that's not even done yet, and houses not even done yet, because they're working on the content, but yet, it feels like a full game. It feels finished, but it's only halfway done. And it's so funny because in Pokemon Sword and Shield, the game doesn't feel finished. It feels half-assed done. It doesn't feel like they put care in the game in Pokemon Sword and Shield to the point they're making you pay DLC to get a finished game. However, TemTem is only like $30 and they give you everything you need. It's a half game. It's not even completely done, and this half-done game feels full. Let me repeat that. This half-done game feel more full than a Pokemon game, than Pokemon Sword and Shield. This game that's not even complete yet feel like a full-on game that you could play and finish over Pokemon Sword and Shield. This game give you everything you need to start with and everything you want to start with and play with and get done with and actually have a good story and actually a decent amount of creatures to catch over Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now I get it, Pokemon Sword and Shield have a lot of Pokemon and we all knew there's going to be a time they were going to cut out Pokemons, but they've been using the same system and they even went far enough to lie to us about how, oh, they had to redo all the animation, which wasn't even true because they used the same animation for the other game. Now, to be fair, the animation could have been from the Pokecamp. I don't really know. That's probably what took the most time, but yet it doesn't feel like a finished game. However, TemTem is a half-finished game. It's only part finished game. It knows it's not finished. Knows it's not finished, and yet it feels finished. It feels good. It feels good enough to play. It feels more of a full-on game than Pokemon Sword and Shield, and this game does not even finish. And you know, when this game gets finished, it's going to be better than it was. It is going to be so well done. It's going to blow out Pokemon out of the market pretty much. Well, I don't think so because Game Freak is a big company, and it's Game Freak. You have like people who's loyal to them, even if they don't like the game, they pay for it to buy it. But it's funny. It really is, guys. It is really funny how these indie companies are doing so much more with games that we want and that we've been asking for, and they give it to us over to actually big companies. And I get it. I totally get it. The companies, they get stressed. They can't listen to all their fans. If they listen to all their fans, it's going to be a much of a game. But yet, at least take some of the fan ones and put it in. Don't just ignore them and try something new and then never come back to it, because, like, seriously, the best concept of Pokemon is the one they always believe and never bring back, and then when they do bring it back, it's for like another one-time use and then they're done with it. Unlike TemTem, they just like full on put it in the beginning, and it just, I don't know how to explain it. I guess what I'm trying to say is a game that's $30 over a game that's $60 plus DLC, which is $90. DLC is 30, but if you add it together, it's $90, and the $30 feel more complete than those two combined, than that DLC and the game combined. This game feels more complete than those, and you pay 30 for one, and you pay 90 for the other, just to get a complete game. Even though the 30 is half complete, but yet is more complete than the other complete game. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. You guys probably understand or not. You probably just think I'm crazy, which I am. Thank you very much. It's so funny. Like, this game, TemTem is just so good. Trading mechanics is great. The item giving is great. The playing together as a team with your friends or your family is just great. It's a good experience. I never felt like bored in the battle to the point I just wanted to X out the game and just never touch it for another 2 years. But like, this does the opposite. This is like, I X out of it and then I get this craving to play the game because it's just that good. It's like the Pokemon game I always wanted that never got, and then now it's finally here, but it's not from Game Freak, it's from a different company. TemTem is just that great. It's from a whole different company. It's not from Game Freak. It's an indie company, and yet I prefer this version over Pokemon. And I love this Pokemon series. Pokemon series was my favorite since I was little. I grew up with the Pokemon series, but yet TemTem brought the spark back in my eyes. Like the first Pokemon game. Like the first Pokemon game you ever played. It doesn't matter which one you start with, the first Pokemon you ever play, and you get the spark. And you're like, this is a really good game, and you play it, and then you keep playing throughout the series, and it's slowly you realize, saying, okay, well, it's the same thing, same concept. Okay, this is new, that's cool, but then they don't go back to it. They just like cut it out almost forever, and then they do another series which is like different mechanic, and they don't go back to it. That's the problem with Pokemon. They use something that's really good and they never go back to it. And TemTem take everything that's good about Pokemon they put it in one game that should be a Pokemon game, and it's not. And TemTem is completely, I'm going to be completely honest, TemTem is a completely different game from Pokemon. Yeah, it's the same concept. You catch creatures, you fight with creatures, it's a turn-based RPG game. I get it. It's very similar, but the thing that makes TemTem different from Pokemon, they have so many different concepts. Like the EV training, there's not really EV training in TemTem. I mean, they might be, but it's really, it's not like, it's not really mandatory. Everything's kind of balanced. It's not like Pokemon that if you EV train and the other person doesn't, it doesn't feel unbalanced. The TemTem is so well balanced. It's just it's a fair game. You don't really need to worry about any. Like, this game was made for people who don't really have enough time but want to put time in something, and it's there. If you wanted to go and you wanted to like battle a few rounds and stuff, and you only have like 30 minutes, you could probably get about a good probably 8 to 10 battles in, if I'm completely being honest. Maybe 7. That's the difference. That's the difference from like Pokemon. And the other big difference is this is a online multiplayer game that anybody could pretty much join. It's like those DC Online. Think about that, but with Pokemon RPG turn-based, it's almost like that. And there's actually people in there. You could actually wave to them. You could laugh with them. You could blow them a kiss if you really want to. You could have a battle strike so they know you want to battle them. It's great. It's not limited. It is not limited at all like Pokemon is. Pokemon give you a limit. Like, okay, you can only play people from a certain place, from this certain time, from this certain era. You can only play your friends if you're near them, or if you want to play them online, you need to use the friend code. Or if you want to just play with strangers, you can, but you can't do really anything more than just that. And there's only battle and trades. There's not really anything else. Unlike TemTem, you can trade whatever the heck you want. You want to trade potion for a TemTem? Go ahead. Trade a potion for a TemTem or a beam. They're called beams. Or if you want to trade a revival for a beam? Go ahead. Or you want to give a revival to your friend and they need it? Do it. You can. It's just great. It's not limited. And the stuff that is limited, you barely notice. This game feels like it just gives you a lot to do. Yeah, it does kind of do point A to point B, but however, it gives you so much freedoms at the same time. It is not restricted. It is not restricted at all. And that's really great. That's good. I honestly think if TemTem ever become a big thing, it's definitely going to be Pokemon. It definitely will be the next Pokemon above Pokemon if it really tries to be that. But it is not that. It's different. It's the same style. So if they just keep doing this and keep going, it might actually be bigger than Pokemon. I just never had a temptation to buy a game and play it, and then when I get off, I feel more tempted to play it because that is how this game is. It is just a treat. It is just a treat to have this game, and this game isn't even halfway done. It already feels complete enough, and it's not even halfway done. And honestly, if you're planning to look for a game and you want something like Pokemon, but you don't have a Switch or a 3DS or any Nintendo console, then I suggest getting TemTem. It's only 35 bucks, 35 bucks. You can find it on Instant Gaming for 29, and I'll leave a link in the description below. And it's just a way better experience. And I suggest this game. I really do. If you really want to play a Pokemon style game, TemTem is the way to go. And if you only have a computer, then definitely get this game. This game deserves the love, it deserves the support, and deserves the appreciation of how much love these people who put so much fandom in this game. This is definitely a game made by fans. No, I'm not going to say it's a fan-made game. It is its own game, its own concept, but it was made by fans of the Pokemon series. It was made by fans, and those are the greatest games. It's usually the people who are fans of something and they wanted to do something more because they feel like it deserved more. And those are usually the best games. It's usually those games. And that being said, give TemTem a try. It's a great game. Seriously, like, I have no other words for it. I'll probably do a gameplay on it. I'll probably do a big pet review. I'll probably talk about the downsides and stuff later down the line. But for now, it's a good game. Support it. These guys need support. I'll put a link in the description. They really deserve credit, and just play it. I don't know what else to say. Just play it. It's a good game. You have fun, I promise. And go get a buddy too, because I'm telling you, the multiplayer experience is the best experience you will ever get in this game. That being said, guys, we'll see you in the next video, and peace!